Greetings, I am Alexander 2K, and this is Baldur's Gate the Third. And this is my Bard. He is a split class, dual class. He is a level 3 rogue, which gained me these 2 offhand uses here. And he is a level 4 Bard, so he's level 7. And he is dual wielding, and when you are a bard and you get to level whatever it is 3, then you get this 2-weapon fighting, and you choose this subclass of College of Swords, which we'll get back to because we want to talk about Slashing Flourish. But you get 2-weapon fighting, and the nice thing about 2-weapon fighting is the offhand does as much damage as the main hand, which is not being illustrated here because I don't know why. Should be the same. Well, this one's a more powerful weapon in general, but anyway, trust me, that's how it is. There's just a little weird down here. It doesn't always show the same down here. I don't know why. Anyway, so the way it works out is I get 3 times to it, because it's basically just a range build. He's pretty good actually with the short swords, but which he dual wields with. But he's set up to be a range guy. For example, he's got these +2 damage for gloves. So for ranged attack. So the way this works out is I take my main attack and then I take 2 offhand attacks. So I use my main attack once, and then I use my other hand to fire the weapon in the other hand. I use these bonus actions to fire twice in the other one. So I fire 3 times. Now, I also have this thing called Slashing Flourish. That's this one. And Slashing Flourish is basically just a main hand attack. It's an action, a green action attack. However, you can fire at 2 different targets, or you can fire at the same target twice. So essentially it turns the action where you can only fire once into firing twice with the 1 green dot action. So when I use the Slashing Flourish, which requires a Bardic Inspiration, and I only get 3, then I can fire twice with the main hand action, and I can fire, and then I still have the 2 bonus actions to fire with the other one, so I can fire 4 times, basically. I'm firing 4 bolts. And it consumes a Bardic Inspiration. I have 3, so I can do it 3 times, and in any one fight, I think usually if your character, 3 turns, hopefully they're done by, after your character's gone 3 times. Maybe not. Maybe the fight would last longer, but basically, most fights, I would say, last about that long. So, let me show you this in action. So, right now, I had the wizard cast this darkness on this doorway, and I have my victims over here, and I am obscured. They can't see me very well. And the darkness lasts as long as the yellow there. So I'm going to take a couple of steps just to make sure everybody's in range. I'm going to come out about this far. And then I'm going to I'm not going to be able to do a sneak attack because, well, I'm not sneaking and there's no advantage, basically. But I can take a regular attack here. So I'm going to take this regular attack. I'm going to add fire. And I'm going to shoot at... See this fire wine barrel? I think if I attack... I'm not sure. I'll just attack this one. Yeah. That happened last time I did this. This is my 4th or 5th take trying to make this stupid video. So... I think that it's exploding the fire wine barrel in back there somehow, and then this is going on over here. So now this one's on fire, and that one is not. So that was my main hand attack, I used the fire arrow to enhance it, and now I have 2 offhand attacks. And the way this works is, if this thing is lit, if you don't know this, this is really important. When you have this, see how it's switching between 1 sword and 2 swords? Right now I have it on 1 sword, which means that when I fired my main hand attack, that's all that went, was my main hand. But if I had both of these up, then when I fired my main hand attack, I would use my green attack and one of the bonus actions. And sometimes you only want to shoot once, not twice in a row. The second arrow is wasted. It's like the first arrow, maybe it kills them. And then why bury the second arrow into a corpse? So I usually leave that off. Anyway, so now here's my offhand attack. And then we'll do the other offhand attack. Oh, nice hit. Now I have a nice thing with the critical because of, I don't know, some piece of armor I'm wearing. I can't remember, but it's reduced my critical to, I only need a 19 to do the critical. So I stepped out of the darkness, I caused all this mayhem, and now I'm going to step back into the darkness, like so.
These boots have seen everything.
And then we'll take our turn. These guys are just going to chillax. So this guy, did he? Yeah, he ran into the darkness here. Sorry to thrash around with the camera like that. He ran into the darkness here, and then he used Misty Step to to jump back. Okay. Basically, the darkness is a big befuddlement for the game, and it's very good to do. So, okay. And then this one, what will she do? She's gonna dash over here. Alright. And she looks like she made it right here. Oh, and then she healed somebody. So now here's Lazelle. So we're gonna pass her turn. And then here's the doctor, who is having some kind of fit, I guess. Okay. So what I'm going to try and do here, I can't range attack her because I can't. Oh, I can see her. Oh, because she's not in the darkness. So I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to complain. So with my offhand this time, I'm going to attack her with the offhand attack. Oh, no, I'm not. I do have to get up next to her. Okay. So what we'll do then is because the darkness sort of messes with everything. So I'm going to attack her with my offhand attack with the weapon. So we're going to see if we can get her killed with 2 offhand attacks. So remember, I'm choosing right hand or left hand, and it's important because they're not the same. If you see what I mean. I want to have my main hand attack because this one gives me bonus damage if they're on fire, and I believe somebody's on fire over there. So what we're going to do is, I can't use the range attack without getting up close to them, and so we're just going to move up till we're right next to them. And I don't know if this won't give me a sneak attack. I'm just going to attack her with the offhand. Still 90%. Yeah. Like so. Okay. Then we're going to step out and we're going to try and see if we can reach her, because I still have my main hand attack left. I'm just going to step out. We're going to take the main hand attack, and the reason why you save the main hand attack, use the offhand, is because this device, this weapon here, in my main hand, for the ranged attacks, is Fire Stoker hand crossbow, which essentially is an extra D4 piercing damage if the target's on fire. And I do believe Dr. Mangala over here is on fire. So we'll take out, see if we can get her in range, and she definitely is. So we should get a pretty decent attack on her. So that was 11, 4, and 4. So I think if we look at that attack, okay, so we hit her for 11 with the regular attack. We did 2 acid damage. That's because of a ring I have. And then we actually did an extra 4 because she's on fire, which is the burned alive feature, which is this thing, this burned alive thing, whatever, I don't know what it is. Burned alive, there it is. It's this one. So it's not always easy to line up all the bonuses in this game because I'm an idiot, but it sure has a lot of them. So I'm just going to retreat back into the darkness and turn. We'll just skip all our turns here. Oh, he's going to go Ardent Kershak. And skip to Maloo. Oh, and she succumbed to the fire. Okay. So there's still this guy left. Oh, he's standing over here. Well, that's no good for him, is it? Okay, so we'll just step out here. Make sure we're not being blinded anymore. And we'll see what we can do about putting this guy down. 12 plus 2, and then offhand. And that's it. So that is the current situation with my level 4 bard, and who is also a level 3 rogue. He's at level 7. So what will be happening shortly? Well, one of the things that's true now, you'll notice I can't do this anymore, and it's because I don't have any bardic inspirations left. And you notice that the bardic inspiration is going to recharge on a long rest. So right now I get 3 bardic inspirations, which means after a long rest, and it means that I would have 3 chances to use a slashing flourish. But at level 5 bard, so let's see, here's level 3, and at level 3, one of the things I did was choose my subclass. I chose College of Swords. I got the 2-weapon fighting, and I became proficient in medium armor, which I could wear, or scimitars. I don't know why scimitars. But I also got these zillions of things, none of which I care about except Slashing Flourish. And Slashing Flourish, as I said, is the one that enables me to use my green action to fire twice. You get 2 shots with the... There's a melee you can do with melee too. But when I only have 3 charges and it only runs every long rest, that means basically only 1 fight, maybe 2 fights with 3 bardic charges. But next level, nothing changes. I get to level 4 and none of that changes. I get an extra spell slot. I can pick another spell, but that's basically level 4, so no big deal. Oh, sorry, I am level 4. So, it's so hard to keep these things straight. I am already level 4. I chose my feat. Never mind. But at level 5, then I'm going to gain an extra bardic inspiration, and that will bring my number of bardic inspirations to 4. So if things were to stay the same after that, that would mean that I could use bardic inspiration 4 times, which would mean I could use slashing flourish 4 times every long rest. But I also get font of inspiration, which means that it recharges on a long rest or a short rest, which means that every fight I should be able to go in with 4 charges with 4 bardic inspirations, which means I can cast slashing flourish 4 times for every fight. And that means if my bard actually goes 4 turns, if you follow me, then every one of those turns the action will be firing 2 arrows. So for every fight, essentially every action will fire 2 arrows, which means every turn I'll get a green action, 2 arrows, and I'll get 2 offhand actions, 2 arrows. That means every turn I'm going to fire 4 times. And then it gets really off the hook at the next level because I get an extra attack at level 6. So I haven't actually tried it out, so I haven't seen it, I don't know, but I am projecting the way this is going to work. Then that means I'm going to have 2 green dots and 2 orange triangles. So 2 main actions and 2 bonus actions. And for every green action, I'll be able to cast Slashing Flourish. I should be able to cast it twice. So two green actions, that's 2 attacks, plus slashing first gives me an extra attack for each one. That's 4 attacks with just the green dots, and then 2 yellow dots for a total I should be able to fire 6 times. We'll see what happens if that actually is the way it works out. But that should be the way it works. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. So that's basically the Bard, at least the way I have it set up. He does this hypnotic pattern is it's a pretty great spell. But basically what I've done with the spell casting that he has, I haven't worried too much about charisma. He has decent charisma, it's like 14 or something. It's not great. But he's taken all the utility spells. So what I've kind of done with him is made it so he can get people, he can speak with animals, he can cast long strider on people, he can do disguise self and feather fall, and he's got a healing spell or two. But he's not there to do damage with dissonant whispers. He's not there to hurt people, but basically kind of crowd control, utility spells. He's not being a bard. I have a wizard for that. He can cast light, things like that. All right, that's it for my glowy bard. So cheers, y'all. Take good care. Bye.